Good morning.
morning.
It's Tuesday morning.
It's Tuesday.
You know, I missed last Tuesday with you guys,
Yes,
but you and Lynn did a great job.
We had fun.
Yes, I didn't get through the whole thing, but you guys did an
We've had a lot of
amazing
fun.
job. So I actually had to go off and do shop hop business. So it's going to be so
exciting. We're going to start really talking about that soon.
Oh yeah, because it's in April. It's really early this year.
That's true.
Yeah, it's real early. So we're busy here pulling fabrics to get going on our shop hop quilt. And so it was a great meeting. Such lovely people that are in this shop hop. Great stores. Great stores. Although Pat from Quilts Etc. did start off the meeting by saying, "Are we all crazy?" There's so many quilt shops that are going out of business now. It's so sad. It just breaks my heart. And she goes, "Do they know something that we don't?" Our world as we know it is changing.
They know that it's a lot of work.
It is. And thank you, COVID. COVID did some not so great things for a lot of things. It shut down a lot of businesses, and it's just really put a strain on a lot of others, and with the price increases on everything. So, but we're still here.
We are
still here every Tuesday morning, forever, till I go out. Boots up. That's what I say. Boots in the air. Boots in the air. But we have a couple of really fun things to tell you about today.
Excited about today.
We are excited about today. My Liz and I have some fun stuff. So this Saturday, tell them what Saturday is, Miss Liz.
Let me define the date, because I didn't write that date.
Oh, there you
go. The 27th. So this Saturday in 4 days, or whatever the math is for that.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's 4. Don't ask me math. I really messed up yesterday, so I didn't have my math brain yesterday when I came to work. I'm going to try and do better today, but it's only
a little bit of math brain in quilting, and you definitely need it in business ownership.
That's why I'm in so much trouble all the time. But no, I do usually do pretty good in math, but yesterday I was really off. Anyway, enough about that nonsense. So tell them what is it?
National Visit Your Local Quilt Shop Day. Saturday, the
27th. Yes. So Liz will be here. I'll be here. Miss Mary will be here, and we're pretty excited. Should we spill the beans and just tell them right now?
That we're going to do.
We should tell them the fun things we're going to do. So what we're going to do is we have 7 totes plus our whole bookcase that's in the back of clearance fabrics. And it's not quite a 5x5, but pretty darn close. We're going to do all of our clearance fabrics that are normally 30% off and give you an additional 20. I'm pretty much just giving it to you. I'm paying you to take my fabric home. Because
we've got a little bit of Christmas left.
We've got some amazing.
Actually, we have a lot of Christmas left.
We have a lot of Christmas left because that's Fran's favorite holiday, and she always gets real carried away. And then if it doesn't all sell, then it needs to go into clearance because I don't have room to store it.
And let me tell you, clearance fabric is my favorite way to buy backing.
Oh, absolutely.
And if I know that I love red, or if I know that I love, kind of a taupey color or something on the back, I can buy 6 or 7 yards of it, have a great backing, and I got a really good deal.
Yes.
And
it's first quality. It's not, this is normal stuff that I buy and bring into the store. So I didn't buy cheap stuff to just put on clearance. This is all stuff that you would have already seen in our store. So it's all quilt shop quality fabric. So you don't need to worry about that. You're getting really good stuff there. So that's one thing that we're going to be doing on Saturday. And then come get some quilt fabric, please. And since it is a National Quilt Store Day, we wanted to do a little something special to tell our customers how much we love and appreciate them. So I tore my house apart someplace. I know I have this pattern. I will be writing it up for you again before Saturday. It's not my pattern. Years ago when I worked for Mike over in Logan at Stylish Fabrics, I made a runner from this. Well, I've since given the runner away, so I didn't even have that I could bring and show you today. But this is a pattern that I got off the internet, a picture. This is what our pattern will be. I think you can see that pretty good.
Yeah.
It's going to be a little heart, so it just says, "We love you." And so there will be a free pattern for everyone that comes in that day of
all day Saturday.
All day Saturday. But if you are
one of the first 20
customers, I'm going to make some little kits. So you can make this, and it'll just be a sweet little table topper size. So you can all make this, and it'll work up really quickly. And You know, it's probably not going to be pink though. I don't like pink. Pink's for sissies. I like pink. It's going to have to be reds.
Yeah.
More than
Which
likely.
works great too.
And I might put there might be a little pink in there. Might. If I could close my eyes and pick out one.
But
maybe.
The first 20 people get a kit for free.
Get a free kit. Yes. Kit. Get a free little kit to make this lovely little table topper. So come right in the morning
at 10 o'clock and try and be there, and you can get a free kit.
Yep. Yep. We'll cut 20 of those. And like I said, it's just a fun little day to say thank you. And we really do love and appreciate our customers.
We are so lucky.
We are so lucky up here. We're just a small store, and we're kind of out of the way for, we're not in a big city, but we have great customers that come and shop with us and really support our shop, because without them, we'd be one of those stores that had to close their doors, wouldn't we?
And we do offer online shopping, and we definitely have people that take advantage of that, but the people that come in the store are what keeps us in business.
Absolutely.
The online stuff is not our
it's not our bread and butter. And it's so fun to see everyone and visit with them and see what they're doing. And it's like a community. It's like a whole big extended family, because we get to hear when you get new babies coming, or even when you've got sad things going on in your life. It's a great support system. It really is.
I learn the best things from our customers too. They come in and they tell us such good ideas, or they show us a color combination that they did that I hadn't thought about.
Right.
I love it. I love working here and getting to talk to all the customers.
And seeing their show and tell.
Yes.
I love that part.
When you make something, bring it and show it to us. We love it.
I have some customers say, oh, mine's not as good as yours. Oh, bull roar. It is. And you know what? We all are quilting at different levels.
Yeah.
None of us here judge. If you have a point that's chopped off, you have points chopped off. Nobody's going to look at your quilt and do that. You're going to point it out to us, and at which point we will say to you, shame on you. Don't do that. Yeah, don't do that. So we're excited for Saturday. So, and so we want to talk a little bit about why it's important to visit your local quilt shop, other than keeping their doors open.
Right.
I mean, that's huge.
A fact of life.
That is. If you don't come and see us, our doors have to be closed.
Yeah.
But there's several reasons for doing that. Can you go online in your jammies and purchase fabric?
Yes.
You sure can. And
there are places that's necessary.
Yes. So one time I was making a quilt, and of course it was from a kit that I'd had probably 50 years. I have some of those. And I ran out of fabric. But I had on the salvage edge, I had the number of the fabric. So I got online and I thought, oh boy, I found it. It was a brown piece that I needed. Thought I was ordering the right thing. It came to my house.
Not so much.
It was purple. Oh, I dislike purple almost as much as pink. What are you going to do with that purple piece in your brown quilt? So colors on your screen are not always really accurate.
Yeah. Between the camera taking the picture and then your computer screen, colors get missed
all the time.
Kind of together.
Yeah, and purples and browns. I mean, who would have known?
Or white to cream to tan, that's kind of
those values
or
too.
Gray. Anywhere in there is kind of a different value. I don't know what it is. I don't know what makes it so wonky, but it just does.
But it really does. So colors are kind of hard to see when you're ordering online. And like I said, I had all of the numbers, I thought, but apparently I didn't.
But you did.
But I didn't, because I got purple.
But so you ordered something, kind of wasted your money because you still needed the brown.
You know what happened? It went into the yard sale because it was purple.
So, and you just don't know. And then you're waiting and you don't know if it's coming and if it's the right thing that you need to finish your project.
But you know what I did? I did a make do. Oh. I sewed some pieces together to get that last spot that I needed.
Is always
and it worked just fine. Really, once it was quilts, you couldn't even tell that I had pieced those leftover scraps together. Yeah. So it worked okay, but I was really disappointed when I opened that package. And that doesn't always happen. I know a lot of people that do order online, and I'm not telling you not to do that. I'm just saying you just kind of have to do a little bit of investigating on that and make sure you know what you're getting. Yeah, absolutely. So there's the color. The other thing that we as quilters, we are a touchy-feely group.
We're tactile.
We really are. We like to feel that fabric, and even in quilt shop quality fabrics, some have a different feel than others.
Yeah,
like
do.
this Tula fabric, this Tula wide back fabric that I want to show you. Oh my gosh, it's like satin. It is so
lovely.
Oh, it is. So, and this is a Free Spirit, and Moda's wide backing is the same thing. It has that lovely, lovely, almost a satiny kind of feel. It's just, it's a beautiful feel. Not that the other isn't all really good, because we have lots of other brands of wide backing, and they're very nice. Wide backings have come a long way. Thank goodness. So, but that's kind of something that you can't do online. Mm-hmm. Another thing that you can't do online. Now this is really an exaggerated example, but okay, this is Miss Tula's Hexie fabric. Will you hold that one up, Lynn?
This is Miss Tula's Hexie fabric.
Look. Now, if this one were just on there as a little tiny picture, you may not know that
You may not know if you were getting this size
one
or that size.
or my size.
And there was one a couple years ago of Kim Deal's where she had like a 42 yard or 42 inch, and actually I think the print was bigger on the 42, and then she had scaled it down for the wide back. Anyway, you wouldn't. I think it would be really hard to tell from a picture,
from a little picture on a website
online. Mm-hmm, the scale of fabric. So, and I've heard of that happening. We had Miss Cindy, I remember, trying to do a fabric when she got different scales of fabric. So sometimes in a line of fabric, that's what a designer will do. They'll take the same design and scale it bigger or smaller, and then do something different with it. And so you may just not know exactly what you're getting.
Right. If it's Tula, it's going to be amazing. Right. And Kim too. Kim Deal makes beautiful fabric. She really does fun stuff. But another thing, that feeling. So fabric is not always created equally. So you may go into a chain store, and you may see a line of fabric from a company that you may see in mine.
Yeah.
The gray goods are not the same. So should we talk about what gray goods are?
I think we need to talk about that.
Okay, so gray goods are that's the base of all of the fabrics. It's all called gray goods. That's what they make their fabrics from. And sometimes larger fabric manufacturers will do their strike-offs on a lower grade of gray goods, just to make sure that the color, the scale, everything is what they want before they actually have them print and make a large run of, thousands and thousands of yards. So once they know that they've got that color down, the pattern down, and it's perfect, then they will actually print it onto better gray goods. So sometimes some of those fabrics that you see in chain stores are a cheaper gray goods. And you can tell by
they're probably a little bit cheaper of a price point as well. Hopefully, they're not charging you that. But yeah, you can tell instantly.
Oh, you sure
can. You can grab that fabric and you can tell, and it presses differently.
Yes.
It shrinks differently.
Washes differently, or falls apart differently.
Yeah, it's different. So you can tell if you're touching. So next time you're here in our store, touch our fabrics.
Make sure you feel.
I mean, we have different gray goods within the companies here.
Right.
And you can feel that.
And here's the other thing. It could still be the same gray goods, but printed in a different, so they're not all printed in the same country either.
That's true.
So sometimes printing in different countries can be different.
Different inks things like that.
Batiks will always feel differently than your 100% cotton, just your regular cotton prints. So when Mona was here, remember the fabric that we felt from Africa, that one that felt like papery. It was weird. It was really strange. But that's kind of a fun thing for you also, to know that there definitely are different gray goods.
So you could be looking at the same print, same manufacturer, and not know online what gray good, what's the right word? Quality.
What the quality is.
And, we know like Marcus, when they were here this summer, Stephanie, right? No,
Patty.
Patty, she's very adamant at the gray good level that they print on.
Their stuff is amazing.
And it shows in the quality of their fabric. And so, anyway, it's just, that's something to be aware of when purchasing online and in the store. And sometimes, you know how when I'm walking through a store, a quilt shop, and if I have to reach out and touch it, then I know that I really like that.
You really like that one.
And
it's a touch test.
Yeah, it is. And if I'm working here and I have to reach and touch the same fabric multiple weeks in a row, then I know I need to buy it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I just had to touch it. And so that's why I had to buy it.
It passed the touch test.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So we hope we've taught you a little bit about fabrics and how they are printed different in different scales. Now, if you're on a quilt shop website ordering, you probably really don't need to worry about quality of great goods. Most of the time, at least the quilt shops that I know do buy quilt shop quality fabrics.
Yeah, if it's a reputable company.
Yes.
Then you're probably pretty good. But if you're buying
Watch
from
the color.
some
be
warehouse
careful.
or something like
discount
that,
place
then
or
you
something,
need to be careful.
watch
if it's
what you're getting.
that you've never heard of, be careful.
Be careful.
And it may be great.
And here's the thing: there are places for cheaper fabrics. You know, if you're just going to make a throw down on the ground picnic quilt for your kids that don't take very good care of things, you could do that, although I would still, rather than do that, I would go to a quilt shop and I would buy their clearance fabric to use for that, because again, you've got a better quality fabric, and if they're going to throw it down on the ground or let the dog sleep on it or whatever, it's still going to hold up longer.
Well, and the way I look at it is my time is pretty valuable.
Oh.
And so the quality of the fabric needs to match my time. And still, even buying a quilt shop quality kit, my time is always more valuable than what I paid for that kit. And so I want it to match. I don't want to spend all that time and energy on something that's going to fall apart the first time somebody watches it.
And don't you think, I mean, if you're just sewing a big square together, that's not a problem. But as you start doing more intricate piecing, it is really harder to get a good point to turn out on cheap fabric. I would throw that down to anybody as a challenge. Get yourself an old cheapy piece of fabric and then a good piece, and try and make you even a pinwheel. Anything that you want those points to match. It makes all the difference in the world what kind of fabric you are sewing on when you're doing that. So
give yourself up for success.
Absolutely.
And getting some good quality
fabrics. Yes. And watch sales. I think most quilt shops will have different kinds of sales. We have a birthday coupon here that we have a lot of people wait, and when they get their birthday coupon, which is 25% off their purchase, and that is good online as well. So if you haven't signed up on our website, make sure you do that. And make sure you put your email and everything is in there. And then the morning of your birthday, and I'm really sorry because it comes like at 5 o'clock in the morning, it says happy birthday to you. But that is a great coupon to use. And we have a lot of our customers that will wait and use that one for a pricey ruler or a quilt back or, something like that. So it's a great savings.
Their eye on
So it's another great way to save you some money on good quality fabrics. So, okay.
So another good thing about coming into the store is seeing our samples.
Oh, so inspiration.
We have, 99.9% of our kits we have samples for. Sometimes we'll have the samples out or the kits out a little bit before we get the sample finished. But that's important. So I have a story to tell you about this. So many years ago, before I started quilting, we came in here with my mom. My mom and I came in here, and I saw a quilt.
Is this going to be a good story?
It's a very good story.
I was nervous. I had to leave the room.
It's a very good story. So I saw a quilt. It was like a wall hanging, and it was an American flag sampler. A sampler with a bunch of blocks.
Which ones you're...
And I said, Mom, I love that. I love flags. And I said, will you please make that for me? So we bought the pattern that day. And then years went by.
But it didn't rot or mold or disintegrate. The pattern was still there.
Years went by, and I started quilting after years. And I said, Mom, where's that pattern? I want to make that now that I'm going to be quilting, which, by the way, that was maybe a little bit intense for my beginner level.
It was very intense because there were a bajillion piece blocks in that. Yes, I know the one you're speaking of.
And I didn't have a kit, so I'm just kind of winging it. Anyway, so she pulls out this pattern, and I look at it, and I go, no, that's not it. And we looked and looked and looked, and we spent months and months and months. And finally, we figured out that the sample you guys had made was 10 times prettier than the picture on the front of the pattern. And so I didn't even recognize
you had the pattern.
We had the pattern. We just didn't know. And I went, no, that's ugly. I don't like that. But then we finally realized that the sample had been gorgeous. And that's why I fell in love with it. So a lot of times, our samples are made with the exact fabrics on the picture, but a lot of times they're not.
They're usually not.
That is something that Miss Fran is really talented at, is putting fabrics together and picking all sorts of things from what we have. And so you're getting something that
unique to
is unique.
Store.
Yeah. And it looks really good. So that's another thing too, is to pay attention to what the sample looks like. And sometimes it doesn't always match the picture. But seeing the sample really makes a difference between looking at a flat picture on a pattern.
Absolutely.
So it helps you.
And there are some amazing patterns out there that have been out there for many, many, many years. And they've used fabrics, that were current at the time. But we're kind of known for our reproductions. So, all day, every day, I'm going to pick a pattern and I'm going to say, oh, but what if I turn this modern quilt into a reproduction quilt? So,
and I love to see the same pattern in different color combinations.
In different colored combinations.
It's so cool.
Because it looks entirely different, doesn't it?
It looks, well, like I said, it looks from unrecognizable on the pattern picture to what I really love. And then what I made looked much more like the sample. I have no clue exactly, because it would have been years, like I said, between the time that the sample. Anyway, so that's another thing to come in the store for.
And a lot of times we'll have customers that will just come in the store just for inspiration. Yeah. Not even, maybe I'm in a little bit of a slump, or maybe I want to try something maybe new. What do you think about, maybe I could do a wool one this time. I've never played in the wool. Maybe I want to make a wool one. And so it's just kind of fun to go into your local quilt shop, look and see what they have as samples, because no two stores. Now you may end up with, like sometimes we'll get a quilt kit from, say, Moda, or like a box quilt. It's already put together.
That's the same everywhere it goes out.
And that one will be the same. So you may see the same quilt in a few stores, but most of the time you're going to get to see different quilts in samples in the different stores, because we all kind of have our own little niche. Mine is Civil War. Some of the other stores, it may be brights. And so we try here not to just have samples sold that are reproductions. We have Tula samples, and we have, we have lots of different samples here. So we try and have a little something.
And then that's the other thing too, is if you see the sample and you think, those aren't my colors. Maybe that's purple, and you didn't like purple, or something, or I really wanted to make a green quilt. You can say, okay, I like this sample, but let me just buy the pattern. And most of the time, we have patterns available without buying the kit.
We try and do that as well.
And so then you can just buy the pattern, but seeing the sample really ignites your creativity, and you can really see what's going on.
And turn it into your very own. Yeah. Some of the, I used to say this about a magazine, the quilts that they put on the covers. Oh my goodness, I don't know who did that.
Who was in charge of the cover?
I don't know who was in charge of covers, but I'm like, there were so many prettier ones inside the magazine but years and years and years ago, and this was one of the best lessons I ever got. I had a national quilt teacher tell me, I never look at a pattern and make it from that pattern. I take that pattern and I make a black and white copy. And then I put my own colors into it.
That's a good idea.
Because a lot of times I think we're influenced also by what the pattern, I've got to make it just like that. No, you don't. It's your quilt, your colors, your choice. If you want to do a Tula quilt out of a reproduction pattern, absolutely, all day, every day, do that. So that was a really good lesson to me, though, was just make a black and white copy. Put the colors in wherever you want them.
Well, and kind of along that lines, if you have a kit you've had a long time in your stuff and you don't love the pattern anymore, you can take those fabrics and make something totally different with it.
Absolutely.
And you're not
if you
stuck
still
to
love
it.
the fabric.
That's hard for me to break that in my mind because I just see that quilt, you know, and I still love everything I've got.
That's the problem.
I know. But anyway, if you've got fabric,
right.
it's fabric. It can be turned into anything that you want.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah. That's a really good point, too. Very good point.
The last thing we wanted to kind of point out about shopping local is what's
look at
behind
this.
us.
Now, let me just tell you, though. Our little Deanna had to have knee replacement surgery in December. Normally, our wool looks beautiful because Miss Deanna makes it extra special.
It looks pretty good.
Well, we've had a couple of little.
Well, we have customers who need to come and actually look through it, and
we do, and we allow that.
And it does make a little bit of a mess sometimes when they have to do that, but you can come here. We've got this table set up usually right in front.
Yes.
You can pull it out. You can color match. You can decide what you like, what you don't like. We've got big pieces. We've got little pieces. Yes. And that's the thing about our wool is you do not have to buy the size. So, for example, you don't have to buy this whole thing. If you just need a 2 by 2 inch square for something, we'll cut that for you. So that's a good thing to remember. But you can't.
We have a whole basket
online.
Whole basket full of
scraps and stuff. So
gorgeous.
And even the scraps we'll cut down. If you don't need the whole thing, we'll cut that down for you. We have kits, but that's especially one area where I see people color matching.
Yeah. And, you have to.
And I don't know how you would do that online. So
yeah, that would be hard. And most places are not going to sell you a 2 by 2 inch piece of wool.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're going to say, oh, here's a
5 inch square.
Well, and you know what? I don't even know. I know that we sell wool, and I know Cornwagon in Springville. I know Marcia has a great selection of wools down there as well, but
my girlfriends used to have a little bit, but I don't know if they do anymore. It's been a little bit since
and I haven't been up there, so I have no idea what they have. And I mean, there are some places, you know, but and I know that there are a lot of online places that you could purchase. Oh, that's right. Pat's got some over across the street. That's right. Pat's got some nice wool. I don't even want to tell you how many totes and how many bolts I have because
we like it here.
Close to hoarding, maybe a little tiny bit.
I'm going to blame part of that on Mary.
Yeah, it's all Mary. It's Mary. Let's blame Mary.
But you know what? Some people, wool is just what they love. I've done it a little bit, but not as much.
We are just getting ready to start our tinsel block of the month club today. We actually get I brought my tinsel trunk today because I had to put so much stuff in.
We have a few spots left in tinsel. If anybody wants,
Mary, will you grab? I've got a red bag in my office. Will you grab that bag and I'll show them a picture of what we're talking about?
And we've shown that before. Actually, you know what?
Oh, do you have a picture? Oh, wait, maybe Liz even has one. So, we're gonna start our tinsel club today, and it is wool.
It's not a super great picture, but I got it.
Oh, here we go. Look. Oh, there we go. That's what we're talking about. So we're gonna start our tinsel club today. Yeah, there is. It's maybe in a pocket. Or I hope I put my book in. I hope I didn't leave my book at home. I'll have to go home and get it if I did. So, anyway, tinsel. It's a Sue Spargo club that we're going to do. And I think we have 4 spots that we could still.
I think we do still have
I think we have 4 places left because we had to order them in 5s.
Yeah.
And so I think I have 4 extra spots of that. But what I was going to say is wool. Here's why I love wool so much. It is applique, which I love. It makes me sit down, slow down, and just enjoy. Where if I'm sewing, I've usually got that pedal to, anyway. Yeah. This just allows me to sew, and you don't have to turn under any edges.
Yeah, I do like that about wool a lot.
You don't have to turn under any edges. But the one thing I will tell you about wool, if you are working with wool, you want to make sure it's felted.
Oh, yes. Because we talked about that.
We have. Because if it's not felted, and especially if you're putting it on a cotton background, and then later down the road you go to wash that, your wool is going to shrink. No, it's going to look really ugly. Your wool is going to shrink differently than what your cotton. all of our wool that we have out in our nice little cubbies, this is all felted. And if you're purchasing a piece of wool and you're wondering about that,
you can feel it.
If it's over dyed, it's been felted. You don't need to worry about that. It has been felted. So everything that we have out here, this has all been felted, whether it's over dyed or it's just plain. It's all been felted. So, and if you're not sure and you're at a store, if you can pull strings, it's not been felted. It's not been felted. And you can feel, felted wool has a softer feel too than unfelted. And sometimes I've had people tell me that they can't work with wool. They're allergic to it. Sometimes the felting process makes it better, and then people can, then they can work a little bit easier with it. I'm just glad that's not me.
Well, and the other thing about wool is it's very portable. So, you know, I haul mine with sewing machine places.
Yes, we do. Yes,
but I can't haul it everywhere. So, you know, if you're on an airplane, if you're in a car trip, if you are in a hotel, if you are, you know, wherever, or at night at your couch and you just want to watch a movie, all of those things are really good with
are just easy
about
to
wool
have
or hand projects.
Hand projects.
So.
Yeah, they're good.
So
they're good.
Okay,
very good.
We just appreciate you guys for shopping
local. We do.
So come visit us
we
Saturday.
Heart you very much. We heart you very much. So
what
yes,
sample
please.
Or what comments we've had.
Oh,
Betty Jo says good morning.
Good
Thanks
morning,
for joining.
Betty Jo. Thank you for joining again.
And Lynette says love the inspiration from you ladies, which is so sweet.
Thank you.
And Pam says working on her sample today. We love
Pam's that's my Miss Pam. The sample she's working on. Do you know what it is?
Yes, I do. We will show that as soon as it comes.
We sure will. It's Kim Deal's new called Brimming Over. Oh my goodness, you guys.
It's going to be amazing.
And our Pam just does such a beautiful job, and she's so quick, and her piecing's amazing. So we're excited.
And Tricia says the longer you're there, the more you spend.
Yes, Tricia.
My hoard is amazing. Well, if they quit making,
that's what I said. You know, I said, hey, I could stop buying fabric right now if the new stuff they show me tomorrow isn't even better than what I already have, and not necessarily better. It's just beautiful.
It's just
it is. They just keep coming out with such gorgeous stuff, and I think, oh, yep, I gotta have that. Yeah, gotta add that to my hoard.
So that was fun to talk about shopping local with you guys. So if you have any other ideas, though, comment on the comment here,
please,
and we'll look at them.
Yes,
but we have some announcements that we need to make too.
Oh, we do. We do. So.
One announcement I wanted to say is our crumb quilting class has been very popular and it's almost full. So we added another session.
Okay,
and so, good. It's the same day, February 23rd. It'll just be in the afternoon. There's going to be a session in the morning that I think has one spot left, or it did it when I last checked. And there's going to be an afternoon session from 1:30 to 4:30. So if you were interested in that class, the time didn't work, or
I'm going to take that one. I'm so interested in that class. I mean, oh my gosh, you guys, my Miss Shirley, she uses the teeniest, tiniest. And here's what she said about that. That is a no stress quilting. You just grab some of your little scraps, throw them on, chop them off, grab your next piece. So I'm going to take that class with Miss Shirley. I'm really excited to learn all of the, it's going to be a really good class.
So I just wanted to mention that because that's new. And then next week, we kind of announced this, but also put it on our social media. We're going to be closed Monday and Tuesday next week, the 29th and 30th.
Because we have 19 of us that work here at the store, but not everyone is here at the same time. So once a year at our Christmas party is really the only time that we are all together. We have a staff meeting once a month, but there are a lot of my girls that don't get to come. Some watch grandchildren that day, or some have other real jobs that they have to go to that pay them real money that they don't have to give back to me. And so we don't always get together. So we've rented a place and we are going to go and stitch and sew for 3 whole days together. So I said, you know, we could just have the store open and some of us could come, but then that defeats the whole purpose of us. So Monday and Tuesday of next week, we will be closed. So we hope you don't have any quilting emergencies. We hope you don't.
So come Saturday.
Come Saturday.
Or come next Wednesday.
Yes.
We will be here for you.
We will be here for you.
But we just wanted to make sure you knew that. And then I think this is the most exciting news, this next one.
Okay, what is the next one?
In 2 weeks, Village Vibes is turning on.
That's true. Having a birthday. Birthday party.
Village Vibes' first birthday party is in 2 weeks.
We're still in diapers. We might have left our bottles to the side, but can you believe?
Some of you have been watching the whole year. I think, and not every time, and we understand that.
Oh my gosh. And
we've had fun.
Oh my gosh. So the very first one we ever did, Liz said, we got it, Fran, you got to do this. We got to do this. I'm like, Liz, I don't do this. I don't do this. I get so uncomfortable, even teaching. I grew up very, very shy. People that know me now and know me well do not believe me. We moved around a ton when I was a child, and so I never really fit in. So I was always anyway, speaking, doing this, and even though teaching is in front of my friends, I still get a little bit
nervous.
You guys, that very first one, I made Liz feel my heart afterwards. I said, see, I'm not kidding you. And I kind of threw up a little bit in my mouth a few times during that. I'm a little better now. I still
sometimes we
stumble around a little bit.
But we have fun.
We do have fun at this now.
We do have fun. And we have talked about all sorts of different things. We've had the coolest guests on.
We sure have. And we hope that we've taught everyone. So our goal when we started this was to teach a little bit about different things too. So we hope that we've done that as well. We've really tried, and we have some more really fun things in the future that lots of plans. Oh, please share with us.
Please share. We're always open to suggestions.
Absolutely.
But I can't believe it's been a year. That just
I can't
kind of
either.
blows
It's
my
gone
mind.
so fast.
In 2 weeks, which will be
Pay
February
attention.
6th,
you might want to listen up.
We're going to have some really fun things that day. So you are going to want to put that on your calendar.
Do it.
And really try and join live with us. And if not, then you'll watch after and it'll be fine.
It'll be good.
It's going to be fun. We're going to have a great, fun party.
So I just have to tell my Miss Liz, thank you so much for forcing me to do this. But it's been so fun with you. Liz is the one that just kind of keeps me on track. And okay, friend, what do we do? Now let's sit down and plan out what we're doing. We do have to plan it out. So thank you so much, Liz.
Liz says she loves Village Vibes. Debbie says, hi, love you. You guys are so sweet. So
thank you.
Yeah, we're going to have fun that day. And we've been on the road.
We did. We took our Village Vibes on the road to the playground.
Well, and I went to
and you went to church. She kept her clothes on. Don't worry.
We've had some interesting things. We've had some days where we've been sick. One time we had to have the store closed.
Yes.
So I did it from home.
She was
That's
called
the cool
Snow
thing
Day.
about the way this is set up is
we got options.
We can make things work. We've had technical difficulties.
Oh, well.
What else have we had? Luckily, I don't think we've had any wardrobe malfunctions.
I've tried to come dressed every time. I keep telling my Liz, sometimes I might show up in my jammies with my hair sticking straight, my full hawk. You never know what might show up.
We had a pajama party one time for Village Vibes.
But we might have to stay at your house or my house.
We could do that. So anyway, it's going to be fun. So 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Please
That'll
join
really
us.
fun.
Please join us. So
that's it.
That's it.
That's it for today.
I think we've yaked long enough and hopefully taught you a thing or two. And so come in and see us on Saturday.
Please
we would love to see you that day. So until then, the 5-10 rule, right?
Yeah.
Smile and say hi.
Yep.
Smile and say hi. Do something really nice for yourself this week. Take care of yourself. Hug those that are closest to you and love everyone that you can, please.
Yes.
So thank you so much for joining us. Bye for now.
Bye, everybody.